right. Okay, I've got the group quiz questions pulled up, and I will try and do another screen share, but this time I will have it share every time instead of only when I'm talking. That might be a good choice.
I think you had that last time too. It didn't go away.
Oh, did it not? Good. That was my worry. All right. Is it sharing for you guys? Sharing the wrong thing. Let's see. Do you see my email still, or do you see the homework?
I see your email.
Okay, let me fix that. Not that, I don't want everyone to see Betsy's email, but that's not what I'm going for. All right, I'll try again. All right. I don't see the exact one that I want, so here's my home screen. Oh, that's
Whoa.
Sorry.
Journal.
Visual feedback. All right, is that better?
Yep, that works.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and I will just not flip back because I don't want that weird thing to happen again.
That was pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah. A little crazy.
All right.
Well,
The first question, I agree. The last.
Yeah, I agree too.
Okay.
I
Cool.
had the.
For the second one.
Is the first. I think it's the first. Yeah.
Okay, I had all the above for the second one.
Okay.
And, let's see. I picked A first because I knew that was right, and then I drew it out and did a little chart thing, and B was right too, and then C, it didn't seem like it was right.
But A and B did.
Yeah, but A and B are. So I think there was some point in the book where it talked about having comparative advantage, but I don't know. That one I had a hard time with.
Yeah, I agree that A and B are right, so I just said all. So it's like, oh, if they're right, then
yeah,
these gotta be right too. But it could be the answer of which one's more correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just know for sure that A and B are both, according to my little graph thing that I wrote out, A and B are both totally right.
Okay, I guess we'll just have to say whoever, you can do whatever you want, I guess, on that one.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. All right, scroll down.
The 3 is the C, third.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. For 4, I answered it before reading the book, and so I was like, I have no idea. I'll pick A. And then I read the book and found out that the domestic price always matches the world price if it has to raise or lower. So
yeah, I did C.
Okay.
The same thing.
Cool.
The 5 is B. We become an export of a peach.
Cool.
Yeah, you had that one.
Alright. Scroll.
Is not the C. Trade results in an increase in total surplus.
That you had?
Just I don't know. I think that is correct. The C.
I had C as well.
Ooh, okay. Let me.
So,
I know that it talks in the book. It talks about the gains of. Oh, let's see. that the gains exceed the losses. So maybe I'm reading it wrong. But yeah, let's do C.
I guess it's another. I don't have a book, so I can't go back. So
Yeah, I
I'll do that later.
had a hard copy of the book, but it's loose leaf, so I can stick it in a binder. So I've been taking just the one chapter and putting it in the binder because it's a lot easier to carry around.
Oh, that's smart.
And then I grabbed chapter 4 and got to the church to do homework, and then realized that we were actually doing chapter 9 this week. So, dang it.
That's horrible.
This has been one of those weeks. It really has. It's only Tuesday.
I know the same feeling. It's crazy.
Anyway, all right, so we can say C, because I can't remember exactly where I was getting B from. All right.
Well, there's another question that's like that. I think it comes up later.
Okay.
That I think it's the same type of wording. But
Cool. All right, so 7.
The first. A.
yeah, A.
Cool. All right.
The losses. Yes. The C.
Yep, I had C. I think that one's kind of like what you're talking about, just the opposite.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now this is where I lost the book. So I answered the best I could, but I never had a backup to my book. So.
Right. All right. So this one, I actually guessed that it was A before I read anything. And then I went back and did the math, and I was like, hey, that's right. I guessed correctly. I'm so proud of myself.
And see, I'm gonna look at your math. I like how you have your math right there. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
I didn't even try to guess on it. I think it's. I put B, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't do it right.
Yeah. It's hard if you haven't read the book. That does make it harder.
I'm so mad still about that.
Let's see. I must have done the math for this, just not on the Word document.
Okay. 8:45. Was that what everybody had? Was B? I'm gonna just mark that for the back.
Yeah, that's what I can do the math real quick if you want, just to see.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same way you did on the last one.
Sure. Let me.
Yeah. I mean, is that how you did it?
Yep.
Okay. Then we're good.
Yeah.
I know the
so we need the consumer surplus. 1/2 times height, and then delete the rest of that. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so our base is going to be without trade. So we're using this dotted line here that goes to 15. So we've got, it comes to 130. And then for our height, it's going to be 28 minus 15. And I have to do that in a calculator. Whew. Not that fast. 28 minus 15. 13.
Okay.
In my handy dandy calculator to the side here, I've done 13 times 130 is 1690.
Okay. Then half of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Simple math. You just gotta pick the right one.
I know. All right, and then 1/2 of 1690 in my calculator, it tells me that the error, let's see, divided by 2 is 845.
Yep.
There we be.
Here we go. All right. So that's how we got.
845. Okay. Thank you for explaining.
Yep.
I had a math class previously that taught us how to use this inserting equation function in Microsoft Word.
Uh-huh.
That's helpful.
It is so helpful.
It's a lot, yeah.
I've never done that. I usually use Excel.
It totally works. But we had to do all our homework on Word documents and then submit it to the teacher. And so it was really nice to have everything on one, because
Okay.
Great. So this one was a little bit trickier to do. You're going to have the same, let me scroll back and forth for just a minute. The same.
The formula.
Dun, 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 dun. So we've got 2 things that we need to find out, and then we add the consumer surplus and the production surplus to find the total surplus. So with trade, our consumer surplus is going to be this tiny triangle A,
Yeah.
and the production surplus is going to be B, C, D, F, and G. This bigger one right here.
Okay.
So, 2 seconds. I have all this math done. Let me pull it out so I don't have to redo it. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. And this is problem number 11. All right. So if I take this one and fill in the information right here, we've got a base of 18 and a height of 30. And that is 540 if you multiply those. Let's see.
Yep.
Those
Okay.
2. And you divide that in half. Gives you, here we go, 270. Little guy. Why is it being weird? Oh well. You have a base of 80. No, a base of 40. And then a height of 80. You have your 110 minus 30 gives you 80. And that equals 3280. Divide that by 2. And your answer is 1600. Let's see. This is the one that it took me a while to figure it out because the dotted line is not exactly on the 40, and so I was trying to use 41 as my.
Okay.
Don't do that. It's wrong. Does not work. All right. So then we have our total supply is equal to consumer supply plus producer supply which is equal to 270 plus 1600.
1600 to 1870.
Yep. There we go. You can highlight that a little bit yellow so you know that's the right answer.
So let's see.
Okay.
All right, number 12.
B, it is right.
Good. Yep. So I did a really similar
The previous.
math and found that the total surplus, the tariff and trade was 576.
Okay.
Quickly cross off these two answers. They're gone. And we know that producer has changed because it gets larger.
So it does change.
Yeah. If your consumer surplus changes,
Okay.
Yep.
yeah, it has to change with it. So that was more process of elimination, I think.
All right.
Makes sense.
I'm also going to go through once I get the book. But you're
Yeah.
making sense. I appreciate it.
Yeah. This week was a lot of math for me. I don't know, maybe other people can do it without so much calculator in hand, but I felt like it was a lot.
Nice to have right there, though.
Yeah.
Lindsay.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
Hi, you made it.
Okay, we were all.
Oh,
It's a crazy day.
Yeah.
look at you because it does a funny thing, but I'm glad you made it.
Yes. Okay, so you guys are number 13?
We are.
I did not get any answer for that, so good.
And I'm trying to see, I don't have any math anywhere for that one that I see. Okay.
Okay, for me, it's right.
Okay, you got A also. I wonder if I can make a graph for you guys to see. This, I used a couple of hand-drawn graphs for a bunch of these problems just to figure out exporting and importing and trade and stuff. So if you'll bear with me for like 2 seconds, I will try and draw a graph.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to insert. I'm not super great at this. Let's see. All right. We have a graph shape now. All right, and now we have a supply curve. And now we have a and insert. I can do this. This little intersection right there is where supply and demand meet. That's like the regular place, right? If they, oh, I gotta get my line back. If they put a price at this line it's above the dot. So if you have new little dots, right, on the supply curve line and the demand curve, come on. Right, so you've got one right there at the supply curve. And you've got one here on the demand curve. Right? It looks like a really weird smiley face.
No, it's fine.
Great. Using this quantity measure at the bottom, your demand is a lot less. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Last. So when I is at the world price, I guess. Then they export. So when the world price is above your equilibrium price, so I can copy all that. Nope. All right. And I'm going to try and quickly draw the same. Oh, look, I did it kind of. This is, sorry, guys. You have your equilibrium and the world price is below the equilibrium, then your demand curve is higher, gives you a higher quantity than your supply curve, right? Down here, and demand, oops, is greater than supply at the world price. Here's your equilibrium, here's your two little eyeballs, and they're below. Great. Is that totally confusing, or does that make sense?
A mixture of both, but it's, yeah, more of it makes sense. Just to be honest. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it looks crazy to me. I don't think I would understand it if I hadn't made it myself.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just
And then when this and that with the exporting and importing is straight out of the book.
Okay.
So that's just all right. That's a little bit better. That's something that I drew and then I could use for a bunch of these questions about when to import and when to export. And I think I used it for this. Do you guys want to move on, or I can talk through this one more if you'd like?
We can move on. That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
E and F, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that too.
Cool. All right. Hold on, I need to format just a second. Give me. Okay. Oh, I didn't actually do this one. That's my guess.
This one confused me personally. I didn't get any answer.
Okay.
Me too.
I kept getting like 200 units. I'm like, but there was obviously no 200, so
Right? Yeah. That's
I
really
was-
confusing.
I don't know.
We are in the same boat.
All right. So world market is here at this 40. And they're going to impose a tariff, and the tariff is always going to take the world price and move it closer to equilibrium, whether that raises or lowers. So if they're doing a $20 tariff, then instead of the $40 line, we're going to use the $60 line to create our new triangles. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something. I can try making triangles.
Mhm.
I haven't tried this before. I know, I'm getting a little crazy. Okay, so we're going to find the area of this consumer surplus. Find this triangle. Ah, being weird. All right, this guy. I don't know why it's being so retarded. Blast it all. How do you make the triangle? Do you guys understand where I'm trying to put this?
Yeah.
The opposite
It really
way.
is retarded.
Yeah.
What's your
You always have it.
That's so close. All
It's
right.
clear.
So you're going to take your equilibrium triangles. They're going to be the same size at 80, height of 80 and a base of 1200.
Uh-huh.
So 1/2 of 80 times 1200. And then that's for this same number for your producer. So you kind of just take 80 times 1200. You don't have to divide it in half because you're going to just divide it and then double it. So take whatever that number is and compare it to this blue triangle plus this gray triangle.
Mhm.
Oh, blast. Sorry, guys. That's not what we're doing. Ah, bummer. Okay. What we're doing is we're getting crazy. This orange triangle is representative of the trade without the tariff. Your orange triangle. It goes down to 40 and comes out, right? And then you're going to have this gray triangle that was close to you. That one's going to be the with the black, not like black line, but with the black line, it's going to be smaller than before. You can't hardly even see it. You've got the small orange triangle and the big orange triangle. You're going to find that area, and then you're going to find the gray and the blue one and compare those two numbers.
Yeah, I'm going to have to study this one a little bit more on my own.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm trying to follow along, but yeah, I'm gonna just go back.
I say I wasn't able to do that this week. My thing expired, my 2 weeks, and they still haven't sent me my new book.
I'm send notes.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so frustrated. I called them. I'm like, what do I do? I can't do my homework.
That's so frustrating. Yeah, it's a reoccurring theme this week.
But thank you for all that time and effort you put into that.
No worries. Yeah, so number 15 is kind of a wash at this point because I randomly picked A.
Well, I have no counter answer, so it looks good.
Oh, I know why. Okay, I know why I picked A.
Okay.
No. I picked A. Oh, never mind.
Really good at
No, it's arbitrary. 15 at this point is arbitrary. To figure it out. Hey, this one I do remember how I did it though, so that's good.
Good, because again, I got 100, so I was like, obviously,
Something's wrong, right?
yeah, no question.
Right. Here is, oops, not that. Here's how I did this one. The government revenue is equal to base rate of this little rectangle here. That's the government revenue. So the difference of 200 and 400 is our base of 200, right? 400 minus 200 leaves you with 200.
Yeah.
And our height, the difference between 2 and 3 is 1. So 200 times 1 is not 220, it's 200.
200.
My government revenue is. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'm scrolling up.
I agree with for the 17 and 18.
17, I totally guessed. I don't remember anything about 17.
17 and 18, right.
Yeah. And 18, I did get that one from the book.
Yeah, I got A for 18 also.
Okay. Mikhail, you were saying you got D for 17?
That's what it said, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Almost done. Look at this. 2 more.
19.
Oh, go ahead.
The 20 is not the first.
20 was confusing to me too. I did get D and C for both 19 and 20, but 20 was a hard one for me. It probably is in the book somewhere.
How's that one?
For 20, it could be A.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like the free trade agreements, that's the part that I got hung up on. Like, you don't have to have a rule or a law that says you're going to trade because it just happens naturally. So those rules and agreements are not necessary.
Just thinking they're thinking, well, we don't need to import oranges or oil or wine, even though we do, but it's not 100% necessary. But we do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not good argument, but that was
That's an argument nonetheless.
yes.
Right. I kind of like A though. Like it. All right, that's my second highlight for 20.
Right.
Um.
Very
Well,
nice.
We have to report next week who guessed what answers.
Right. Totally.
And I'll just go through it. Once you send out the recording of this, I'll go through the first 12. Do you usually send it to our emails, or do you just put it into?
I can send it in email. I've just been putting it on the discussion board.
Okay, I can go find it on the discussion board.
Okay.
So.
Showing us the math, though, I really appreciate that part.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really confusing if you don't see the math. Everything just looks arbitrary. I like this number. Let's pick it.
Oh goodness. Okay, I have a daughter who's freaking out. So I will leave you guys, but thank you. I'll
Yeah, no problem.
10:30 still?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right, I'm gonna do my
Like,
thing where
good?
Okay. Back to normalness.
What?
So I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna see if I can figure out some of those problems that we didn't understand yet,
Yeah.
and I'll I can just post onto the discussion board the answer that I come up with if you guys would like.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have a book in a couple hours, so
Cool.
then
Cool.
I can come through to you. So we'll see.
Awesome. That sounds
Okay. All right, everybody. Enjoy the day.
All right.
Yeah.
You too.
good.
So thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.